And I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of Yahweh. For I determined not to know anything among you, save Yahawashi Hamashiach, and him crucified. And I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of the Most High. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught. But we speak in the wisdom of the Most High, in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom which the Most High ordained before the world unto our glory. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all honor and glory to our Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahawah, and His only begotten Son, whose name is YAHAWASHI, to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom to the sincere Akim out there listening to this gospel. Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. Greetings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. I want to thank the Most High, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, for giving me the inspiration to do this lesson. This lesson is inspired by a video I was recently watching on social media about America. I'll play a little video here. Got a little bit to cover, but I'll play this video here on the homelessness encampments in America. This is a video from KTLA 5 News. This is for fair use, fair use, fair use. Section 107 of the Copyright Act. I do not own this video. I do not own the rights to this video. This video is just for edification purposes and education purposes. I'm not making any money off this video. I don't own this video. I'm just using it for edification purposes. Fair use, fair use, fair use. I'll play this video. This is a video, the homelessness encampments near the right next to Beverly Hills. Yes, the land of where all the celebrities do their shopping, where they live, near Rodeo Drive. This is the homeless encampments. Remember, this is America, the greatest empire ever. America, yes, the revised Roman Empire. America, Babylon the Great. This is a first world nation. This is a nation that all the other nations have been drunken of her wine, the philosophies, the doctrines, idolizing the images of the celebrities, the sports stars, you name it, the way they do the buildings, everything, traded in the US dollar, which is a central reserve currency. This is Babylon the Great, the fall of the last leg of the revised Roman Empire, America, Babylon the Great. I'll play this video. I hope this lesson is edifying and to the point. I hope by the end you get something out of it. I'll play this video. Stand by.
Growing tonight near one of LA's wealthiest communities. Tents are springing up and trash is beginning to pile up along San Vicente Boulevard, just across the street from the Beverly Hills city limits.
Residents say the encampment is affecting their quality of life, and they want something done about it. John Fenolio went to the Beverly Grove neighborhood to see it for himself.
Along San Vicente Boulevard near Beverly Hills.
What's happening is a complete and utter disgrace.
And it appears to be getting worse.
It's not like we want to be here, but this is the safest place that actually any of us could find.
James Boss has lived on and off the streets for more than 13 years. Recently, he and dozens of other homeless residents have been camping on medians and sidewalks near the upscale Beverly Center, which borders Beverly Hills.
A lot of people say this area in particular has seen an increase in people setting up their camps and stuff like that. Why is that?
They told us to come over here. I mean, the sheriffs and the police department told us to come over this way because they were going to offer us housing.
The LAPD tells KTLA it cannot confirm if there has been a directive for officers to tell unhoused people to move to the area. The LA County Sheriff's Department says no such directive is in place. While the city of LA has an anti-camping ordinance, it's not strictly enforced. But in Beverly Hills, Located on the west side of San Vicente, there are no encampments. They are outlawed.
As soon as you put a tent on that sidewalk over there, the Beverly Hills is going to tell you to put it down and come back over here.
Beverly Grove residents say they are fed up.
They're fighting at all hours of the day. They're doing drugs. They're selling drugs. It's out of control. We pay so much in property tax. We pay so much in income tax. It is not fair for us to live like this and to not sleep at night.
You reached out to your council member?
To Katie Yaroslavsky, and her office just sends a boilerplate email saying there's nothing we can do.
Council member Katie Yaroslavsky, who represents the area, releasing a statement saying in part, "My home is within walking distance of these encampments. What these small businesses and the surrounding communities have had to endure is unacceptable. My staff and I have been doing everything we can to manage the situation while working hard to locate housing and services."
This is people trying to survive.
You'll take the help if city officials will come out here and offer it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. If they could come out here and offer it.
The new CEO of the Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority telling reporters yesterday that all cities across California, not just Los Angeles, are dealing with encampment problems. All this despite billions of dollars in funding from Measure H and Prop HHH. Reporting in Beverly Grove, I'm John Finolio.
Family, this is America. Yes, this is the first world nation, America. Land of land of the home of the brave, the proud, America. You know what the Bible says about being proud, right? But this is America, first world nation, America, Babylon the Great. Jeremiah 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries and against many great kingdoms. Yes, you are seeing the fall of the American empire. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries and against many great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. You're seeing the pestilence. This is a first world country. The poor man is crying out. The rich man is crying out. Yes, the fall of American empire. This is all biblical prophecy. This is all according to the Bible. This is all biblical prophecy. Let's go to the book of let's go now to the book of 1 Corinthians. Let's go 1 Corinthians. Let's go 1 Corinthians chapter 4. Let's start at verse 9. Verse 9. Let's go. All these things that men of the Lord have been saying, some labored in this truth for years, some close to 40 years, 40 plus years, labored in this truth. People walk by, they ignore, they laugh, they scoff, they mocked, they cover their ears, they say all these rude things, they say whatnot, they disregard the word. No, this is all biblical scripture. This is all prophecies. Okay. 1 Corinthians 4, let's start at verse 9. For I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. See, the true men of the Lord will be singing this gospel in the last days. You're not going to get this from your pastor at the church. No, your pastor is not saying this. Your pastor is telling you to go and invest in Bitcoin and invest in all these stocks and all the riches and promotions at work. No. That's a sinking ship. That's going to come to naught. Right? Let's go verse 10. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but we are wise. Yes, we are wise because we know what time it is. We say Isaiah 33, verse 6, for knowledge and wisdom. Yes, we are wise. People are looking at us as fools. We are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but we are wise. We know what time we're in. In Hamashiach, we are weak, but we are strong. We are honorable, but we are despised. Yes, people listen to this message. They turn it off. They call it hate speech. They ignore it. No, it's not going to happen. No. We're telling you it's going to happen. I just read Jeremiah 28, verse 8. Okay, Nothing. This is all prophecy. This is all the Lord's doing. Verse 11, even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place, and labor, working with our own hands, we revile, we bless. Being persecuted, we suffer it. It will come a point, yes, some of us will be persecuted for the gospel. That is all biblical prophecy. Okay? Verse 13, being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world, and are offscoured of all things unto this day. Okay? This is the thing. I said, verse 14, I write not these things to shame you. This is what the Apostle Paul is saying. But as my beloved sons, I warn you. Yes, so now I'm warning you of these things, because whatsoever things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. That's in Romans, let me bring that up. Romans 15, verse 4. 1 second. Romans 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things that were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comforts of the scriptures might have hope. Yes, all these things that happen, we know what's going to happen. The Lord has declared it, the end from the beginning. It's in the scriptures. Yes, but do you have the faith to believe it? Do you have the gift of spiritual discernment to see it? Eyes to see it, ears to hear it, and the faith to believe it. Yes, faith is a gift. So we are made spectacles unto the world, but this is the thing. Babylon the Great will be destroyed. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? Now let's go to the book of Jeremiah, the 51 chapter here. Let's start at it's a lot of meat here. Okay. Okay, Jeremiah 51 verse 1. Let's go with let's go. Thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me, a destroying wind. This is synonymous to Babylon the Great. Now let's go now to its destroying wind. Let's go now to the scriptures of let's go. Because we mentioned destroying wind, right? Let's go to the book of I want to open a new chapter here for a second. Bear with me. 1 second. Let's go to now destroying wind. 1 second. So Revelation. Okay. Revelation 7 verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing in the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. The Lord is holding back this destroying wind until the elect is fully sealed. There will be the slain of the Lord shall be many. This is the destroying wind here in Revelation 7 verse 1. The Lord is holding up back for the elect to be sealed. Let's go back now to the book of where we were, Jeremiah. And will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. For in a day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Let's go down to the point. I'm going to drop down to, there's a lot here, but let's drop down to verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, okay? Flee out of her. Flee out of the midst. When I tell you to flee, I'm not telling you to go and pick up yourself and go by boat and get out of America, because America, there's no such thing as a flee doctrine. The Lord will gather his elect from the 4 winds of the earth before the destruction. You get that account in Matthew 24, verse 29 to 31. Yes, so when I say flee out of her. So, sorry, verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. Yes, for the time of the Lord's vengeance. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, Salaki. He will render unto her a recompense, a payback for all what he have done to the prophets, what he have done to the Israelites. Okay, America was just set up for a short season. It was basically it was set up to punish the kingdoms, the northern and the southern kingdom. The southern kingdom was there, sorry, the northern kingdom was in the Americas first, and then the southern kingdom came by way of the Atlantic slave trades. Yeah, Atlantic slave, yeah, trade, yes. So, yes, America was set up for a short season to be a punishing stick for the Israelites. I'll prove that to you later on as well. So where are we now? Yeah, so basically, I'm not telling you to go and buy a plane ticket and go somewhere, right? I'm just saying, you flee, spiritually flee, right? Out of Babylon, out of the ways, the philosophies, the thinking. You have to leave all that stuff behind, you know? It is a high time now to wake out of sleep. We are in the 11th hour. You know, this ship is sinking, and you don't want to be on a sinking ship, right? This is time to grab your life jacket, which is the Holy Scriptures, and grab your life jacket and cleave onto the word, you know, the Most High, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. That's the only way you can be delivered out of this. The slain of the Lord shall be many, as I said. It's a high time to wake out of sleep, right? Repent, turn back to the Lord, power of Israel, right? Many people are about to experience the wrath of the Most High. Look at this video here. These are people that, you know, some of them, you know, from whatever background, but they don't expect to be in that position. It's especially being in a place like America, the number one country in the world, right? So this is what I'm saying to you. So verse 7 says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. Yes, because the philosophies, the world lust after America, as I mentioned earlier. The nations have drunken of her wine, and the wine is the philosophies and the doctrines, right? Now they're understanding it was all these things. Look, what happens. The Americans, the politicians, they go down to places like Africa and stuff and try to force their way of living. And when the nations reject it, they cut them off, they sanction them. Right, so now the nations are mad. They're understanding. No, this is a fool's gold. This is no good. Now the nations are mad. So let's verse 7 again. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is fallen. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. You know what balm is? You know, at night when you're sore and you have a sore leg or a sore back, whatever, you put some tiger balm on you. Yes, that's the balm. But America cannot be healed, right? Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her. If so, be she may be healed. No, America can't be healed. This is all prophecy, right? Verse 9, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, everyone in his own country, for her judgment reaches the heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Yes, America will not be healed. This is all biblical prophecy. So let's just say, flee out of the midst of her. Now let me show you another video here. This one here. Let's show another video, another city, in case you want to see. This is another city here right now. This is O'Hare Airport. This is the airport now, America.
Employees say the homeless population in the terminal is out of control, and tonight they're calling for solutions because they don't feel safe.
Only on 2 hour, Marissa Perlman reports on what they see in the overnight hours and what the city plans to do about it.
Some of the thousands of Chicago's homeless population seeking refuge from the cold inside O'Hare. Employees sent us these photos of people sleeping on heater vents, using the terminal to dry their clothes, and trashing airport bathrooms.
It's out of control.
Those employees are Vonkeisha Chapman and Catherine Thompson, tasked with cleaning up the mess.
None of us feel safe.
They work overnight hours as custodians in Terminals 1 and 2, where they aren't always covered by security. They both say they've been harassed by the homeless community who sets up camp during their shift.
They have come up behind you. This one man followed us last night. From the time we get here to the time we leave in the morning, they be here.
Their managers tell them to just be aware and call police, but police tell them they can't intervene unless they're physically touched.
They just tell us to be careful because it's out of their hands, like they can't do nothing.
they far exceed.
Jessica Dubar with Haymarket Center, an organization that serves O'Hare's homeless community, says the numbers are increasing year to year. Haymarket encountered 618 new homeless people at O'Hare in 2022. That's up 53% from 2021, where they saw 431.
I think a lot of people are going to ask, why can't they go to a homeless shelter? Why are they sleeping at O'Hare instead?
They're full. The shelters are full.
The city operates more than 3,000 shelter beds at 50 facilities. Dubar says there are simply not enough beds to meet the growing need.
A lot of folks don't end up at the airport because that's their, sort of goal, is that it's sometimes the last option that they have.
The city now hoping $60 million in federal funding to fight homelessness will help. That money, announced Thursday, will go directly to expanding placement services here in the city. Now, Haymarket Center, O'Hare, and the city, in respective statements, all agree. They say homelessness here in Chicago is not illegal, and the terminal space outside of security is considered public property, and the homeless community is allowed here.
This is all the Lord's doing. Famine, plagues, pestilence, wars, everything. It's all the Lord's doing. America has been a nation, has been proud for years. The land of the home of the brave, the brave, they're a very proud nation to push that pride spirit, but it's just one of the things that the Lord is doing, just to show his might, just to show his power. Malachi 4 verse 1, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. All the proud, yea, all that do wickedly shall be a stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Yes, America will be destroyed. It is all over the Bible. It is written all over the Bible. Babylon cannot be healed. Okay? And you see right now, America is funding millions and trillions and billions of dollars into Ukraine's war. And you have a first world nation of the amount of, there's so much videos online, you can see the poverty. If you see the one in Philadelphia, it is just unbelievable. It's just zombies walking. This is a first world nation, but yet all the money is going into the military might, going into to fight wars. America have over 850 plus army bases across the world, right? This is a nation that's a very powerful nation that spends money on wars like there's no tomorrow. But the people and the land are suffering. Even the so-called middle class, they're suffering, right? You see, the American dollar, it's not backed by anything because wars make money. Wars are money makers. It doesn't seem like it, but they're money makers. In the end, they get to conquer lands in different places. So they're money makers and do all the spoils. Even of old times, all the wars that were fought, these nations gathered the resources from the other nations, and when the nations were defeated. So yeah, so the American dollar they have been the central reserve currency for quite some time now. I think since the 70s. But their dollar is not backed by anything. So now with all the inflation and all the jobs and all the strikes and stuff, it's gonna be a hot mess. Let's go to see what the American dollar is backed by. Look what it's backed by. I said, what is the U.S. dollar backed by? Full faith and credit. Okay, since 1971, U.S. citizens have been able to utilize Federal Reserve notes as the only form of money that, for the first time, had no currency with any gold or silver backing. See, there's no natural resources backing the dollar. So that's why a lot of stuff goes into the military might. This is where you get the saying that the U.S. dollars are backed by the full faith and credit of the United States government. I saw a report recently where a lot of these countries getting mad because America was getting a lot of resources from these lands and we're not paying the bill. How, if somebody keeps borrowing stuff from you and not paying you back, eventually you're going to get upset, right? Since that time, it has become common knowledge that the U.S. dollar are backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government, right? Our legal tender for all debts, public and private, are not despised, despite what the printing of the old U.S. dollar bill claim, redeemable and lawful money at the United States Treasury. So basically, the American dollar is not backed by anything. So this is what we are seeing right now. So now let's go to the leadership right now. Where is the one I want? You mean what? Bear with me for 1 second. This is the leadership right now. That's Joe Biden, President Biden.
Bing, 10 shot. Mr. President, thank you for joining. Wing, 10 shot. Mr. President, thank you for joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, the President will be departing immediately following the Air Force.
So we are seeing this is like the drunken uncle at the family function. He had a bit too much to drink. This is the President of the United States. The world is seeing this, and this man's becoming a laughing stock at the world from the world's perspective. He's becoming a laughing stock. Family, this man is not fit to rule, and the world know that. Even Trump talks about it as well. He's not fit to rule. 1 second.
No. Secret Service team, the Eagle has landed and is making his way down the helicopter stairs. We know his history with stairs, and this could be a disaster. Stand by. Eagle has made it down the stairs. He was a little wobbly at the end, but he made it. Eagle appears to be very disoriented today. We're going to need to do like last time and point out exactly where we need him to go. Secret Service team, prepare to point. Hold that point. Perfect. No way he could miss that. Eagle will be turning in 5, 4, 3, 2. He missed his mark. Eagle is wandering. Jesus Christ. All units be advised, we are going to need a pretty lady or small child of some sort with nice smelling hair to get the Eagle back on track. And we've lost visual. Secret Service team, the Eagle has...
Yeah, this is you're looking at the fall of the greatest empire in the existence of man, in the carnal sense. Man, you know, this is America. You know, they were to rule for a short season. You know, so America was established in July 4th, 1776. They were to rule for a very short season, but right now they are on borrowed time, right? Revelation 20 verse 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till 1,000 years shall be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loose a little season, right? So this is America right here. It's been loose a little season. So you can also get the account from, just bear with me for a second. Daniel, let's go to the book of Daniel 7, verse 7. And after this, I saw in the night visions. Bear with me for 1 second. Bear with me for 1 second here. Yes. So, and after this, I saw in the night visions, behold, a fourth beast. Okay, this is the fourth beast, the Roman Empire. We had the Babylon Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire, the Greek Empire, and now the revised Roman Empire. This is the last leg. You can get that account in Daniel 2:44. Great iron teeth is the military, right? The 10 horns is the European Union. So let's go. And after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly. That's the army. And it had great iron teeth, just like the Roman Empire. They were like the ironclad military. They were strong. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it. Yes, this is the revived now. It had 10 horns. You know, the European Union. That was the original European Union. It had 10 horns. Okay, so slow it down. Get excited. Sorry, Daniel 7 verse 8. I considered the horns, and beheld, they came up among them another little horn, that is America, before whom they were three. So that's why now it says to you, that before there were three. So now it's not talking about an actual man, right? It's talking about the system, the pagan Roman Empire going back to like 2,000 years ago. America, that's a little horn, and the three horns was speaking of France, Spain, and Britain, and America. So let's continue. So it says, and I considered the horns, and beheld they came up among them another little horn, before whom there were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And beheld this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking great things, right? A mouth speaking great things. That's America. America is a carbon copy of the ancient Roman Empire. Okay, look at their buildings, look at the structure, look at the party system, look at the money. You know, all the laws, everything today, right? It's all the revised Roman Empire. As a matter of fact, bear with me for 1 second here. Just wanna let me see, because I mentioned that America is a revised Rome. Okay, pull up an article here. It says similarities between the current American society and ancient Rome. The Roman Empire may have fallen, but her influence lives through the heartbeat of the United States of America. These words were inspired by the visible reflection of ancient Rome onto the present American society. Even though several similarities exist between the two nations, this article discusses similarities in government, culture, and infrastructure between the two societies. Ancient Rome and present-day America share similar systems of government. When constructing the new government, the founding fathers of America looked to Rome for inspiration. They drafted the three branches of government just like the threefold system of government used by the ancient Romans. Both societies also have similar justice system that provides a set of rules and procedures that guide activities of citizens. They rule in a very draconian style measure, right? Moreover, both systems of government had Senate arms that converted policies onto laws and discuss pertinent state-related matters. Last paragraph I'm going to read. Another interesting feature in the societies are the similarities in culture. The similarities range from the formal education in classrooms, use of the Roman alphabet as writing system, libraries as their cultural gathering place, communication by letter, newspaper, signposts in centers of towns, mail system to freedom of worship and affiliations. Both societies have observed diverse cultures from far and wide. Nonetheless, in recent times, the modern day American society has also become more liberal. Remember, the liberal devises liberal things, right? Like the Romans were in terms of sexuality and freedom of choice. Don't they push that do as thou will spirit, the Statue of Liberty? They're pushing all these things, right? It's this pure wickedness they push, right? That's in a nutshell. That is America today, the revised Roman Empire, you know. But America is on borrowed time right now, because I said they were let loose for a little season. Let's go now to Revelation, the 18th chapter. Let's start with Revelation 18 verse 9. And the kings of the earth who committed fornication and lived delicately with her. This is all the other nations. As if you know, even in recent history, Saudi Arabia and America were very long time allies in terms of trading the oil and stuff. So America made Saudi very rich, and America had a lot of oil reserve from Saudis. Just recently, the Saudis decided to join the BRICS, right? So all these nations, they got rich off America. So, and the kings of the earth who has committed fornication and lived delicately with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. This is in the nuclear destruction, when America is being destroyed. All these nations that were rich, got rich with America, they'll be wailing because they will see the destruction of this great city. Verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city, Babylon, thy mighty city, for in 1 hour thy judgments come. America will be wiped off the face of the earth in 1 hour. It is prophesied in Revelation 18 verse 10. That is the greatest city on this earth, okay? Let's go now to verse 11 here. No, not verse 11, sorry. I want to jump down here for a bit because got a bit to cover. Let's go down to now verse 15. The merchant of these things which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Yes, because now they won't be able to trade with America anymore, because America will be destroyed off the face of the earth. All right, verse 16, saying, at last, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet. Remember, all the nations have been lusting after America, so she's adorned. She is the whore that sitteth on many waters, and decked with gold and precious stones. So she's dressed up like a lady of the night, very delicacy, very pretty in that sense, right? For in 1 hour, once again, that 1 hour is showing you her destruction. For in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught, right? Everything will be destroyed. And every shipmaster and the company of ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off. Now, all the ships can't come into the ports anymore because America is destroyed. They're just out in the sea. They can't see, and they're crying. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is likened unto this great city? You ask yourself, what city is likened unto this great city? None. America is that city in the world that the world lusts after, right? You know, let's go down to now. Let's go down, because I just want to get in here. So let's go down to now verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. Okay? For the Most High have avenged her on you. Remember I said earlier, America was that country established in 1776, July 4th, 1776. The purpose of America was to punish the northern and southern kingdom for a little season, but they took the affliction far beyond imagination, right? So now let's go down to verse 21. And the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. America will be destroyed off the face of the earth, and it will only be inhabited by wild creatures. You can get that in Isaiah 34, I believe. Yes, you can get so America will be only inhabited by the vultures and all the scavengers of the earth and wild animals, right? All the buildings will be destroyed in America. So now let's go down to 22. And the voice of the harpers and musicians and of the pipers and trumpeters. Remember, America have all the entertainment, all the movie stars, the actors, the rappers, they have it all. Shall be heard no more at all indeed. There will be no more of that. And no craftsman or whatsoever craft shall he be. All the tradesmen, all the things, nope, they'll all come to naught, be all destroyed, right? Only if they are part of the elect. Only if they're part of the elect. Only the elect will be saved. Babylon will be completely destroyed. I had to clarify that. Only the elect of Israel will be saved, okay? Where was I? Sorry. Shall found no more in thee, and the sound of the millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. Right? So now let's go down to the final. Oh no, I'll just continue reading. And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, and by the sorceries were all nations deceived. See, that goes back to the philosophies, the wine. For by thy sorceries were all the nations deceived. And this is the point. This is the main point, because this is all for the controversy of Zion, how the Israelites were, how the punishment. This is the recompense, the payback for the punishment of the Israelites, right? Okay, verse 24, Revelation 18:24. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints, and all of them that were slain upon the earth. Yes, America have done a lot of the deleting of people on the earth. Very, very deadly in terms of what they have done. So the Lord is coming back with recompense. That means to pay back, right? So I covered a lot. I hope that you've got something out of this. I hope you've been edified. Until the next time, I say Shalom, Shalom Israel.